Hello and welcome to the Natural Way of Life. This video I'm going to share with you my first time experience of doing a Yoni steam and how I found it and what I did. Now, I heard of Yoni steams literally for years, guys, but I never felt drawn to do one before, and I think, if I'm honest, I was always a little bit skeptical. But I don't know, I just had a calling like, hey, I'm going to try and do it. So I think as well I felt like it would enhance like my healing, and I felt drawn to my sacral chakra and my womb area to do some healing in that area. So I'm going to talk you through my experience. So first things first, you have to choose what herbs you want to use. Now, I love herbs, my cupboards are full of them. So for me, this was pretty easy. I went for rosemary, I had chamomile, red raspberry leaf, I went for mugwort, which is a bit of an all-purpose, calendula and yarrow, because a lot of those are anti-inflammatory. They have loads of healing benefits. They're really cleansing, and they help with like pain relief as well. Although I wasn't doing this steam for a particular complaint in that area, it was more based on an emotional healing and a trauma healing. So there is literally loads of choice of herbs you can use, but they were just my few. So I literally got a pot then and I boiled it on my stove for about 5 minutes. Then I let it set for another 5 minutes because you don't want your water literally roasting hot. Okay, so that's one thing I would definitely recommend as well, is like let it just set for a bit. Now, if you look into Yoni steams, there is so much information out there, but they are also so many benefits to doing it. So whether it's a physical complaint you maybe have in that area, maybe it's just wanting to connect with yourself more. Like for me, my experience was I felt like I wanted some stillness, some quiet time, some time to have peace and harmony and to meditate and just feel relaxed and really connect to my body and to my womb, because I just had my period and I think I did this literally just a couple of days afterwards, which is quite an ideal time to do so. So yeah, I wanted to be able to relax. I wanted the healing benefits, like emotionally, I think I would say more so than physically. But they're also known to be really helpful for balancing hormones, even hemorrhoid relief as well, helping to reduce stress, and as I mentioned, healing from emotional or, for instance, sexual trauma. It's a really good way to do that, because by setting your intention at the beginning of your session, that is a healing session for yourself. For those of you that suffer with fibroids or cysts or polycystic ovary or conditions like that, this also really helps to reduce those too. So that's well worth trying. It does also feel really, really like soothing and relaxing, and some people may want to try it as well for like detoxing their womb as well. So yeah, they're just a few of the many benefits that you can have from doing this treatment. So yeah, herb amounts, probably about a handful, because it's going to be, covering a full bowl, but I think I did like a teaspoon and a bit of each. So yeah, it was probably about a handful by the time I added all my herbs in. Now, I didn't have the proper equipment, guys, I can't lie. And that's one thing I kind of wish I had, is like invested in one of the toilet seats. So I just literally had to fill up a pot, and then I literally put it in a larger pot and then put it on the floor. Like I did it in the bathroom and I just set the vibe. Like that's one thing I'd encourage you to do. Set your vibe, get your candles out, maybe if you want some soothing music, maybe you want your crystals with you too, just to amplify the healing benefits. But yeah, lights off, candles on. Then I layered some like towels down on the floor. I draped a towel over me, and then I was kind of just like knelt, I don't even know if that's the word, like kneeling over, kind of like almost a squat, but like I guess the downward dog position in yoga kind of vibe is what I'm trying to explain, over this pot of herbal steam. Now for me, because I do have a bit of pain in my legs and my knees and stuff, that was a bit uncomfortable, I can't lie, guys. So I did have to keep kind of getting up and moving a little bit. So yeah, I would definitely say invest in like the toilet pot thing, because it's going to be way more relaxing and easier. But that being said, I still really did enjoy it, and I really felt a sense of peace. It took me a little bit of a while to get into the relaxation state, but then when I did, it was just so worth it. And I think all in all, I probably did the steam for around 20 minutes to half an hour or so. Now, my steam wasn't really hot, it was just nice and warm, so it actually felt really nice too. Really nice and relaxing, because I was worried it would be too hot. But I'm guessing if maybe you did the toilet one, it may be hotter, so you just want to leave it so you don't get burnt, basically. But yeah, I focused on my breath, and I kind of felt some pains, like emotional pain coming up, and things that I setting my intention I wanted to release. And after I was done, I kind of stood up and did a couple of stretches, and that's when the wave of emotion hit me. And you know, I felt tears, I felt pain, I felt sadness, but I let myself feel it. You know, I cried, and I kind of spoke to myself too, and I said out loud the things I wanted to release, the things I wanted to let go of. And I did that, and that was for me really therapeutic and healing. And yeah, I just cleansed myself down of that energy then and let the tears out, but also really focused on my breath, and it just felt super empowering, guys. So from my perspective and my reasons for doing it, I would definitely recommend it, and I think I will definitely do another one too. Now, that being said, afterwards, because healing, it doesn't just happen in that one session. That's one thing I want to make clear, because after that process, I've definitely found over the last couple of weeks since I did it, a lot emotionally has really actually been coming up for me, and I've been way more emotional and feeling sad and low. So I think that is also part of that healing process, like things are coming up to surface. So you know, they're kind of been shed to be able to let go, to allow me to move forwards. But I'm going to continue the healing process, because it's not all just going to be done in, you know, one session. But it's definitely inspired me to do this again, because there's nothing better than self-care. Self-care is so important for us, because no matter what your reasons are for wanting to do a Yoni steam or to learn more about one, like, it's going to help you, because self-care, you know, setting time aside for yourself when most of us are always really busy, connecting to your own body, feeling emotions and pain that come up, also feeling pleasure, you know, the warmth, the sensation. It's very relaxing, okay? And, you know, embracing your body, loving every single inch, every curve, every mark, you know, on your body. You have to love yourself. And I feel like practices like that really do. But yeah, make sure you're alone and you won't be disturbed, and just be prepared as well. I don't know many people talk about it, but like I say, the after effect too. I would say as well, probably for like a day or two, I did notice like a little bit more, I would say a bit more, how to describe it, guys? Yeah, like a little bit more dampness in that area. So like with your underwear, you might feel like you maybe need to change your underwear maybe like once in the day, but again, that's going to be different for everybody, but that's completely natural and nothing to worry about. And yeah, the following days and after my session, I literally just started journaling more, because that was helping me to tap into some of the thoughts and the feelings and the sadness that was coming up for me, basically to purge. I want to say it was like an emotional purge. And yeah, it's still kind of happening, but I feel like it's easing. So I'm gonna do another one in a couple of weeks, and yeah, I might do an update on that, of a newer and an improved version. But yeah, let me know in the comments if this has been helpful, and also please feel free to share your experience with us as well. I cannot wait to hear from you guys. Thank you so much for watching. Lots of love.